King has declared he wants to train to become stronger, aiming to break his limiter just like Saitama, which means there will be a new #1 hero that will... In truth, King has confessed he's a fraud to the world, and everyone's taken by surprise. However, due to King's true power of luck that breaks the laws of reality, no one believes him, except for Saitama, who has no limiter. In fact, we see Murata power scale Saitama even higher than before, as we see him, casually bench pressing 2 black holes. Yep, you heard that right. Murata took the Goku vs Saitama debate personally and is trolling the entire community to continue raging at each other. Oh wait, I seem to have a phone call.
You honestly think you're funny? Seriously? You're a ugly little mate, and if I ever see you, I'm gonna slit your face.
Holy moly! But that ain't gonna stop us from explaining how powerful this new feat makes Saitama become. It's hilarious to think that King, in the eyes of society, is viewed to be even stronger than him. However, in chapter 191, King comes to a conclusion that he can't live with this lie anymore. I mean, did you know it's gotten so bad that his status has resulted in being targeted by assassins who are paid with huge sums of money by crime bosses? Fortunately, all assassins sent after him are just as delusional as normal people in terms of perceiving King's false power. So they often think they are targeting the formidable foe and are willing to give up when King peacefully confronts them. Now, just for that fun fact in the bonus chapter you probably didn't read, can you smash the like button and notification bell? I'd appreciate it. However, King's lie has gotten so bad that Atomic Samurai's test was the final straw, as he even had to lie to them, which keeps piling it up more and more. Atomic Samurai's renewed will to train was also on false pretense that he feels bad about. After the war against the Monster Association, King realizes the threats are getting stronger. His ultimate Hellfire Burst Wave Motion Cannon was the peak of his anxiety that tipped him over the edge. But since his power of luck activates, he got away without doing anything yet again. Chapter 192 begins with King meeting Bang to seek help, given that he's retired and no longer serves the Hero Association. King breaks down and confesses that he's actually not strong like everyone thinks, but in fact is a weakling. He has come to Bang to get trained so that he can actually get even a little bit of strength. Please, I'm begging ya. However, he packages his entire confession to mean something different, making Bang believe that King is weak only in a metaphorical sense. He proceeds to think, no, King is the strongest and he just seeks more strength. In Bang's eyes, after the war with the monsters, it would be a normal thing to believe you are weak, since even others like Atomic Samurai feel this way. Remember, against Cosmic Garo, they were all instantly defeated, even Bang himself. So he thinks King is lamenting his feelings of inferiority just like the rest of the S-Class. The hilarity continues, with Bang cutting off King's confession to narrate his own backstory. During his youthful days, Bang wished to become so overwhelmingly strong that he could negate all evil in the entire world. Even his former student Garo had the same idea, but he let his strength get to his head, becoming the very evil he tried to negate, thus proving the age-old quote of Uncle Ben to Spider-Man.
Remember, with great power comes great responsibility.
After training his body and soul for years, Bang realizes that world peace cannot be kept intact by just one person. He further explains that it's more important for today's leaders and influencers to train and guide those weaker than themselves, so that society can have more heroes to rely on rather than one. Bang sees King as one of these people and invites him to join his cause, but King interrupts him to clarify what he really meant. He straight up says whatever the stuff everyone thought of him was a complete lie. And the truth is, he's just a weak ass motherfucker. Help me, dude. Now, we all know King is a character foil to Saitama. He isn't world famous or recognized for his achievements. King is the one who receives Saitama's accolades. Both of them share a bond, even though the world's perception regarding the two is juxtaposed. For example, Saitama's appearance makes them believe he is weak and ordinary, whilst King is powerful and menacing. Even Saitama himself assumes King flees from the G4 robot because he's too bored to fight it. But he then realizes he is a fraud due to being limitless, and King's meta luck doesn't affect him. However, King's inability to say no to the money, fame, and validation led him to agree that he is the strongest man on earth, even though he has never fought anyone. Like, imagine you guys, you don't have to do a thing. You're gonna be rich, you're gonna get the women, you're gonna get whatever the hell you want in this world, or you're not gonna take that deal. I know 99% of you are.
So true.
Therefore, King's character is basically a commentary on society and its flaws, as he is a mirror towards the self-centered heroes and their confirmation bias on what they choose to believe. And it's absolutely hilarious to see the stories people came up with to describe King's unparalleled might. They claim that King flew into the sky holding a solar system level bomb and threw it in a black hole. But then Power Scaler number 2 comes in with a feat even greater of how King went back in time to destroy meteors. King apparently also uses the moon as a punching bag, which is why it has craters. Even S-Class hero Child Emperor invented the ultimate Hellfire Burst Wave Motion Cannon rumor that everyone eventually believed. He tested King's power level reading on a meter, which came up as 0, but chose to believe the machine was broken due to how strong King is. This is so funny. Just reading it. Oh my god.
Everything that guy just says, bullshit.
As a result, Bang notices that there are many King fans. His own students revere him as a perfect superhuman. So King has the biggest responsibility out of every other hero to show newbies the right path. But the fact that he let out his weaknesses, according to Bang, actually proves that he is not only physically, but mentally strong. However, Bang ends his monologue by telling him that there's no limit to how strong he'll get once he doesn't forget to remain humble and grounded, as he has balls to admit his shortcomings. In response, King is broken by this. He is flabbergasted on how misinformed Bang can get, even whilst breaking it down to him. But what he doesn't realize is that he framed his words way too poorly. In this panel, he literally tells Bang that he's not anywhere as close to being strong as people want him to be. Even Goku can say the exact same sentence and it will fit exactly in, because King gives the idea that he is strong, but not strong enough for people to rely on him blindly. So to make King realize his full potential, Bang sends him to his elder brother Bomb, but he in turn sends him to another guy who's an expert in traditional Qigong. But yet again, King is suffering from success, ladies and gentlemen, as this master tells him sorry, as they won't be able to assist him in developing a technique that will surpass King's own style of Qigong, which is another rumor created about him. He then tells King to go to another dojo, and those people accuse this guy of sending King just to target and beat them up for causing trouble. As time passes, King goes to 15 more people, one place over another, but fails to get stronger as his rumors spread far and wide. This is where he admits his selfish desire of fame, money, and glory became his own undoing, as he's unable to receive help from anyone other than those who truly understand him, and that person is Saitama himself. King's meta luck made him a slave to fate, and society by being deemed as a false prophet. He's become a symbol of hope for the people and a symbol of fear for the majority of monsters. By keeping up the lie, you can argue the world is, for the most part, a better and safer place. So King goes on a journey into the mountains, a place where all people want to break their limits end up. King goes there to find his own enlightenment, but the only thing he finds is a half-dead skeletonized man, which makes him shit his pants. The funny thing about this is that it's linked to another rumor mentioned in the data book, that King retreats to the mountains for physical and mental training, whilst others say he spent days at a time in meditation at home. The dude can't catch a break.
I am suffering!
However, while suffering from success, King plays video games with Saitama, where he can be honest with himself. He proceeds to whoop his ass even whilst depressed and doesn't pay attention to it. He uses the game analogy by describing himself as a fate. He ponders whether he should just end his life by letting himself get devoured by a monster in the next encounter before everyone finds out. And this time, Saitama gives clear-cut advice. Just live, dude.
Patrick, your genius is showing.
Which Saitama has a lot of experience at doing, as shown by him lifting literal black holes. Black holes are described to be the most monstrous creatures in the entire cosmos, meaning this is one of Saitama's greatest feats. So using some anime bullshit science, let me put this into perspective on how strong Saitama is. The center of our galaxy contains a supermassive black hole, which is said to be millions of times heavier than the mass of our sun. The Schwarzschild radius of a black hole is roughly 22.131 centimeters. And if you run this radius formula and remix it to solve for mass, then you get this huge number on your screen right now. This shortens to 298 septillion kilograms, or 49.9 times the Earth's mass. The force it's pulling down on Saitama is huge, which we can figure out by doing force equals mass times acceleration. Saitama's arm is 44 centimeters in length, but let's subtract 4 centimeters for some space between him and the barbell. Let's say it took him 2 seconds to push it that high at the acceleration of 0.2 meters per second. So now you just multiply by the mass by the acceleration and you have the force 1 octillion, 169 septillion, 46 sextillion, 276 quintillion newtons. If you include the black hole's gravitational pull, it is said that not even light can escape after crossing the event horizon. In numerical terms, the gravity of one black hole comes to 10 quadrillion 352 trillion times Earth's gravity. Yeah, you just heard that right. Saitama is freaking busted. Not to mention the incredible heat a black hole emanates when matter swirls into the event horizon. It's so hot that even stars can be reduced to a level of a typical campfire in front of it. And Saitama is bench pressing not one, but 2 of these monsters. Goku who?
He not beat. Nobody could beat Goku.
But to enjoy more peak fiction, why not watch this video on your screen right now regarding the end of Satoru Gojo?